Okay, I am right over it. I hope it's visible. I'm just going to float a little bit. I'm going to kind of do a panoramic view to show approximately where I am. And I'm in a kind of a zoom phase, but you should be able to see the canoe trail marker 3, and there's the Seagate community over there, and I'm drifting a lot. I'm going back again to try and videotape what I'm seeing. And again, this is low tide. I'm in the middle of Outer Clam Bay, and just as I suspected, there's a lot of seagrass out here. It is not just along the shoreline. I hope you can see it. I am going to find a way to come out here and be able to do a better job of doing video of what I'm seeing. And I'm drifting. I'm not staying in one spot. I hope this is showing up. The other thing that led me to believe there was more seagrass out here than what's being reported, and look, that's pretty dense. The other reason is because there's a lot of mullet that come out here, and other fish that are vegetarians. I hope I don't get stuck here. I'm floating right above all this seagrass. So there's a lot of vegetarian type fish, and they're out here because there's vegetation for them to eat. And again, I'm drifting, and you can see as I drift, the seagrass just continues, and it's dense seagrass. And yes, it looks like there's a lot of algae, and it looks like there's a lot of sandy mud or muddy sand, but this is live seagrass. Look at this. Look at how thick this is, how dense. And I'm still drifting, not in one spot. Actually, I don't want to paddle because I don't want to disturb the seagrass. I need to just float over it. I expect that the folks who do the surveys, and they come out in the boats, they probably don't come anywhere near this because it's very shallow here. Again, like I said, this is low tide, and it's an outgoing tide, and I'm just floating over this area that's pretty much in the center, a little bit, not exactly in the center, but I hope you can see, again, the seagrass just continues. And I'm floating across this area. I'm moving my hand now, kind of panning across the seagrass bed. Very lush. I'm floating with the current. See the side of my canoe or kayak. This is the first time I've done this. I've been wanting to do this for years, and I finally decided I don't want to just rely on the consultants' seagrass surveys, because they always come out in a boat. When they come out in a boat, they don't get over here. They don't get in the center. And I doubt that they're out here at low tide because they're in boats. And you can't really get back here in boats. And this is not new growth. This looks like it's been growing for a while. I hope you can see this as I float. Really, there's seagrass as far as I can see across this area at low tide. I sure hope this is coming out and showing up in my video. Hope you can see it. I'm just going to, again, I'm going to get real close to the water with my camera, my phone actually, and I'm reaching my arm out and I'm panning to document the density of this seagrass. And yes, this is the same vegetation that I have found floating as I've paddled and floated through this waterway. And I've saved a few sprigs of what was floating on top of the water so that I can just verify. I think it's probably haliduli, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm still floating. Floating kind of slow, but I'm not staying in the same spot. Again, I'm sticking my arm out. You can see, I hope. There are some areas where it's a little bit more sparse, but then as I float further, there's dense areas again. And these may be prop scars, or these may be scars from oars or something where there is a break in the seagrass. But as you can see, it's pretty much continuous across here. And as I look towards the east, I guess, and I don't know if it's showing up, but that seagrass just continues. See how dense this is? I hope you can see this. I hope it's showing up. You really can't even see the sand between the seagrass plants here. There's some folks paddleboarding. I don't know if you can see that or not. But I'm going to go to the other side of my kayak now. And you can see the paddling trail marker 4 is further away from me. I was, when I started video doing this, I was very close to there. This whole area is just full of seagrass. It's dense. There's no way that this could be called patchy, and they've obviously been growing for a while. They're not pioneer plants. They've been growing here for a while. The beds are mostly dense. You have to be out here in paddlecraft to really be able to, and you have to kind of float to really see the seagrass. They're getting plenty of sunlight. I'm hoping this is coming through. I can clearly see it. Now that might change at high tide, but at low tide they get plenty of sunlight. I'm going to stop taping for a minute.